a part two. It's not every day you get a part two. But my oh my, after sharing some information yesterday about Josh Lowry, the chairman of the Hamilton County Democrats, and I was explaining this to everybody going to school out there. Hey, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Going to have a great day at school. Going to learn something. Going to be fantastic, right? Head up, shoulders back. Walk in knowing like you know who you are. It's a good plan. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Gearing up for the popcorn moment. Brought to you by Booher Remodeling. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement. If it's inside the four walls, Booher Remodeling is the call. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. These are such good people. For over 2 decades, Booher Remodeling, taking care of Central Indiana, making things amazing, and the most communicative people in the history of mankind. Every day, you know what's happening, you know who's going to be there, and they show up and they do the thing. It's clockwork. It is precision, and therefore the stress is gone. It doesn't exist. You know what's going to happen. You know how it's going to work, and they make it happen. And they guide you through the entire process, starting with that free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Talk to Booher Remodeling today about your kitchen, about your bathroom, about your basement, whatever your need is inside those four walls. Booher Remodeling. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. There it is. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. But first, I share this story about Josh Lowry. He chairs the Hamilton County Democrats, and he lied about me, as we discussed yesterday, making a claim that I am doing something I'm not doing. I have, since the beginning, called for the Epstein files to be released. He made the statement that he never agrees with Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she's doing the right thing here. Compare that to the Epstein-Trump cover-up that Fox News, Representative Sparks, and the Indiana GOP are taking part in, while Tony Katz gives them cover. I have never given them cover. I have said release the files. I said that he hasn't apologized. He is a liar, and he's a fraud. And I'm well within my rights to say so. He responded, did Josh Lowry, the Hamilton County Democrats. It's very embarrassing stuff for the Democrats. Saying, I didn't say you didn't call for the files to be released. Did you actually read my tweet? He continues, I said you give Republicans cover. Trump clearly shifts the conversation away from his cover-up, and you and right-wing media jump fully on board covering his newest distraction. Producer Carl, how often do I say that moving of the goalpost isn't going to work? The people want the answers about this, and I have called for the release of the files.
Almost every day that the subject is brought up.
There we go. I haven't done anything except be consistent. To which I responded to him, I was clear. I'm not name-calling, guys. You're a liar, Josh Lowry. You're a fraud, Josh Lowry. You know what you said, and you know what you insinuated. Now, here is where a great example of how progressives work comes into play. He then responds with, so does that mean you won't come on my podcast? Do you see what happened here? He lied about me. He got caught in the lie. He made an excuse for the lie. I was able to show that he's making excuses, and so now he wants to change the subject by saying, well, why don't you come on my podcast and talk about it? Oh, you won't come on my podcast. You're not willing to have a conversation. What are you so afraid of? All that will come down the line. I ask you guys, would you go on somebody's podcast if they lied about you? I didn't think you would. There's no value to go on his podcast. Now, Maybe I haven't made myself open enough to other people's podcasts. Some things maybe I'm just not interested in. I have 6 hours a day. Maybe, possibly, I'm kind of done talking. But he lied. He knows he lied. He tried to make excuses for his lies by claiming I didn't understand. And then he changed the subject. There are going to be people like this in your life. Again, I remind you, they do not get to control your emotional or mental state. They are what they are. People who are envious, people who are jealous, people who are just angry and bitter, people who are just lashing out because they do, nipping at your heels. Don't pay them any mind. Same thing is true as when you walk right into school. Shoulders back, head high, walk in like you own the place, have a good time. These people, they ain't your friends who are nipping at your heels. Don't worry about them. We get into the popcorn moment right here. I have got a host of things to get to, including this. This was on Fox News, where they do an interview with a woman who lives in Chicago. Of course, the big conversation about whether or not President Trump is going to send the National Guard into Chicago. I would like to see it right here in Indianapolis. Come on, Governor Braun. Why can't we get the help right here? You don't want to see troops, you want to see other things? Okay, get as much help as you can. But this was an interesting story where a mom is being asked, a mom whose daughter, I believe it is, was murdered. What do you think of the safety of this city? Here's what she had to say.
This is a mother of a girl murdered in Chicago who says she wants President Trump to come in and fix the city. Listen.
I would like the governor to ask for help because the things that's in place right now is not working. We scared to sit in our cars. We scared to have our kids walking to school.
I mean, we have residents like you on every single day who are saying, we want the governor to ask for help. We want the federal government to step in. So what more is it going to take?
So the conversation now goes from that woman saying this, lost her daughter, to this interview with this man who lives in Chicago from Fox, from the Fox anchor. You just heard the question. Here's the answer from a Chicago resident.
I think it's going to take one of their own to actually suffer through, some of these things that we go through in Chicago. I actually challenged J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson to actually walk the same streets that I walk here in Chicago. I mean, without the police detail, without the suits, of course. And we'll see if they have that same opinion when it comes to J.B. Pritzker saying that Chicago is safe.
That guy's name is Vashon Tuncle, last name Tuncle. I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's trained in media. I don't know if he's got a podcast. I don't know anything. First time I've seen him, first time I've heard him. That guy can do the circuit. Walk the same streets I do without the police detail. Let's see what you think about safety and security. That's the guy. This is the guy that the political left doesn't want you to pay attention to, and this is the guy that Trump is paying attention to. The left has put themselves on the side of not doing something about law and order. It's insane. Be proactive. Work with Trump, work with the administration, be able to manage the story a little and get a result. The people want a result. I don't know this guy's politics. I don't know his history. Nothing. But I know that this is the guy voicing the concerns of millions of residents in the Chicago area, and certainly a lot of people in Indianapolis who sadly are way too silent. Governor Braun, call President Trump today. Let's get some results. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?